Hello and welcome. This webinar is being recorded and will be published on the Clean Energy Infrastructure Exchange website. You will not be connected to the Department of Energy or DOE personnel or other participants via voice or video conference in today's webinar. All prospective applicants who have general funding opportunity announcement or FOA questions or questions during this webinar are invited to send them to the question and answer email address found here and later in the webinar, DE-FOA-0003376@netl.doe.gov. DOE will attempt to respond to a question within 3 business days unless a similar question and answer has already been posted to the website. These slides will be available to view on the Clean Energy Infrastructure Exchange website following this presentation. Next. Thank you for your time and interest in participating in the FOA webinar today for the Office of Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chains Funding Opportunity Announcement for the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, Smart Manufacturing and Recycling Tactics, also known as SMART. My name is Tina DeSantis, and I am the Area of Interest 1 lead.
Hello, my name is Jen Mercer, and I'm the FOA manager, as well as the Area of Interest 2 lead for this funding opportunity. We are both technical project officers with the Office of Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chains, MESC, and we will be leading you through this webinar. Notice, no new information beyond what is provided in the FOA will be discussed in the webinar. There are no particular advantages or disadvantages to the application evaluation process with respect to participation in the webinar today. Your participation is completely voluntary. Additionally, all applicants are strongly encouraged to carefully read the funding opportunity announcement, DE-FOA-0003376, and adhere to the stated submission requirements. This presentation summarizes the contents of the FOA. If there are any inconsistencies between the FOA and this presentation or statements from DOE personnel, the FOA is the controlling document, and applicants should rely on the FOA language. As you can see listed here is the agenda. We encourage you to have a copy of the FOA in front of you for reference as we go through the presentation. The program purpose for this FOA is to reinvigorate and reinvest in the American industrial base, in particular by providing funding to states to support small and medium-sized manufacturers. In addition, it is the purpose of this FOA to establish secure, resilient, domestic clean energy supply chains by expanding both statewide and local battery recycling programs to increase recovery of critical materials and reintroduce them to the supply chain. Some additional purposes include expanding access to smart manufacturing technologies to small and medium manufacturers, as well as revitalizing economies in energy communities. A little bit about our office can be found on the slide here. The Office of Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chains, also known as MESC, was founded in February of 2022 as a result of the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, which was signed in November of 2021. The Inflation Reduction Act was signed in August of 2022. Our first investments as an office were in October of 2022. MESC selected 20 companies across 12 states, investing $2.8 billion into the first round of battery manufacturing. In September of 2023, the State Manufacturing Leadership Award, Round 1, announced their 12 selections. In March of 2024, the State and Local Battery Collection Recycling, Round 1, announced their 6 selections for negotiation.
I just wanted to take a chance to highlight the great impact that we are anticipating from these Round 1 projects that came from the State Manufacturing Leadership Program. As you can see, across the 12 projects, this program will be supporting 3,500 small and medium-sized manufacturers with everything from workforce development, training, and upskilling of new and current workers, conducting workshops and webinars to increase awareness of the benefits of smart manufacturing technologies, conducting facility assessments for small and medium-sized manufacturers to identify opportunities for smart manufacturing technology improvements, and providing direct financial assistance to small and medium-sized manufacturers to implement the smart manufacturing improvements or utilize high-performance computing resources that will ultimately improve their facilities' efficiency, operations, and product quality.
As you can see on this slide, the first round of the state and local battery collection, recycling, and reprocessing program was opened in summer of 2023, and DOE selected 6 projects to go into negotiation for funding seen on the map. These projects include safe storage facilities for batteries and fire suppression supplies, addition of battery collection points and battery collection events, holding public awareness events to increase community awareness of recycling opportunities, and the creation of mobile battery drop-off and collection programs. MESC's FOA timeline is shown here. This FOA, FOA-0003376, was released on August 1st. The next important dates to note are that full applications are due on September 16th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time through the Infrastructure Exchange. Merit review will occur September through December, and selection announcements are targeted for December 17th. If your project is selected, you can expect negotiations to start in January. The Frequently Asked Questions Guide is something new in this FOA. A Funding Opportunity Announcement Overview, Frequently Asked Questions Guide, is included at the beginning of the document as a document navigation tool. It is written using key questions you may have and provides a short answer. Additionally, it points the reader to the location of the detailed information in the document. Should any discrepancies exist between the Funding Opportunity Announcement Overview, Frequently Asked Questions, and the text in the body of the FOA, the language in the body of the FOA takes precedence. Please make sure you are reading the entire FOA.
Now we will discuss the areas of interest. In this FOA, there are 2 areas of interest. Area of Interest 1 is the State Manufacturing Leadership Program. Applicants under this area of interest will need to clearly describe how the project team will establish or expand programs for small and medium-sized manufacturers to access and implement smart manufacturing technologies and access to high-performance computing resources.
Area of Interest 2 is the State and Local Battery Collection, Recycling, and Reprocessing Program. Applicants under Area of Interest 2 will need to clearly describe establishing or enhancing battery collection, recycling, and reprocessing programs to improve the economics of consumer battery recycling and create a market for recycling activities with innovative and practical approaches. Please refer to the FOA for full details around each area of interest. Eligibility. Eligibility for this FOA is as follows. In accordance with 2 CFR 910.126, competition eligibility for award is restricted to states for Area of Interest 1. And for Area of Interest 2, eligibility for award is restricted to states and units of local government. Additionally, domestic entities are eligible to apply as prime recipients, provided they meet the restricted eligibility requirements or participate as subrecipients. If you are an eligible prime recipient, that's states for Area of Interest 1, or states and local governments for Area of Interest 2, then consider teaming with other domestic entities as subrecipients, such as institutions of higher education, for-profit companies, nonprofit entities, other state and local government entities, and Indian tribes to improve and expand project plans.
This slide shows the award information. It should be noted that DOE may establish more than one budget period for each award and fund only the initial budget period. Funding for all budget periods, including the initial budget period, is not guaranteed. Additionally, it should be noted that DOE may issue one, multiple, or no awards in the areas of interest listed here. For the State Manufacturing Leadership Program, Area of Interest 1, it is anticipated that 10 to 13 awards will be made. The cost share for this program is 23.1%. The anticipated maximum award is $2 million, with a period of performance of up to 36 months. It should be noted that for this Area of Interest 1, applications that propose a DOE share in excess of the maximum limits will not be evaluated and will be considered non-compliant to the FOA. For the state and local battery collection, recycling, and reprocessing program, it is anticipated that between 10 and 25 awards will be made. The cost share for this program is 50%. The anticipated maximum award for Area of Interest 2 is $10 million, with budget periods ranging from 36 to 60 months. Under cooperative agreements, there will be what is known as substantial involvement between MESC and the recipient during the performance of the project. DOE has substantial involvement in work performed under awards made as a result of this FOA. DOE does not limit its involvement to the administrative requirements of the award. Instead, DOE has substantial involvement in the direction and redirection of the technical aspects of the project as a whole. Substantial involvement includes, but is not limited to, the following. DOE shares responsibility with the recipient for the management, control, direction, and performance of the project. DOE may intervene in the conduct or performance of work under this award for programmatic reasons. Intervention includes the interruption or modification of the conduct or performance of the project activities. DOE may redirect or discontinue funding the project based on the outcome of the DOE's evaluation of the project at the go, no-go decision points. DOE participates in major project decision-making processes.
As previously stated, this FOA requires a cost share. Cost share may be provided by the prime recipient, subrecipients, or third parties, which are entities that do not have a role in performing the scope of work. Please note, vendors or contractors may not provide cost share. Any partial donation of goods or services is considered a discount and is not allowable. Cash contributions include, but are not limited to, personnel cost, fringe cost, supply and equipment cost, indirect cost, and other direct cost. In-kind contributions are those where a value of the contribution can be readily determined, verified, and justified, but where no actual cash is transacted in securing the good or service comprising the contribution. Allowable in-kind contributions include, but are not limited to, the donation of volunteer time or the donation of space or use of equipment. The recipient may not use the following sources to meet its cost share obligations, including, but not limited to, revenues or royalties from the prospective operation of an activity beyond the project period, proceeds from the prospective sale of an asset of an activity, federal funding or property, as for example, federal grants, equipment owned by the federal government, or expenditures that were reimbursed under a separate federal program. Project teams may not use the same cash or in-kind contributions to meet cost share requirements for more than one project or program.
Next, we will discuss full applications. As we previously pointed out, applicants must submit full applications by September 16th, 5 p.m. Eastern. MESC will conduct an eligibility review, and full applications will be deemed eligible if the applicant is an eligible entity pursuant to Section 3.A of the FOA, the full application is compliant pursuant to Section 3.C of the FOA, the full application is responsive to the FOA Section 3D of the FOA, and the full application meets any other eligibility requirements listed in Section 3 of the FOA. Full applications. The full application for both areas of interest includes, but is not limited to, the technical volume, statement of project objectives, the SF-424 and budget justification workbook, community benefits plan, job job quality and equity, community partnership documentation, letters of commitment, resumes, summary for public release, summary slides, environmental questionnaire, and other administrative documents such as subrecipients' budgets, the FFRDC, which is Federally Funded Research and Development Center authorization, if applicable, disclosure of lobbying activities, etc. Please note that there are 3 documents required for Area of Interest 2 that are not required for Area of Interest 1. Those documents are Impacted Indian Tribes documentation, locations of work, and environmental information volume. Next, we will discuss full applications, the technical volume content. The content of the technical volume for both areas of interest is 10 pages. The cover page and project overview should each be 1 page of the technical volume. The technical description, innovation, and impact should be 5 pages. The work plan should be 1 page. And the technical qualifications and resources should be 2 pages of the technical volume. Please note that there is a technical volume template that applicants are encouraged to use located on the Clean Energy Infrastructure Exchange website under Application, Forms, and Templates.
Community Benefits Plan. The purpose of the Community Benefits Plan is to support the goal of building a clean and equitable energy economy. Bipartisan infrastructure law-funded projects are expected to support meaningful community and labor engagement, invest in America's workforce, advance diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility, commonly referred to as DEIA, and contribute to the Justice 40 initiative. Applicants are encouraged to provide specific details on how to ensure the delivery of measurable community and jobs benefits. Important to note, no-cost technical assistance to stakeholders interested in developing and implementing the job quality and skilled workforce and labor engagement components of community benefits plans is provided through an agreement with the DOE Office of Energy Jobs and the UC Berkeley Labor Center at the link listed on this slide, and you will receive a copy of these slides after the presentation. Additional Community Benefits Plan resources are available on the screen at the links provided, and as previously stated, these slides will be provided to you following the presentation. Next, we will discuss merit review and the selection process for full applications. The merit review process consists of multiple phases that each include an eligibility review and a thorough technical review. Rigorous technical reviews are conducted by reviewers that are experts in the subject matter of the FOA. Ultimately, the selection official considers the recommendations of the reviewers, along with other considerations, such as program policy factors, to make the selection decisions. Let's now discuss the technical merit review process. Applications will be assessed utilizing the displayed merit review criteria. In assessing projects against the review criteria, the following will be considered: the comprehensiveness, specificity, and accuracy of the information and plans provided, and the reasonableness of assumptions used in making estimations and projections. Each criterion has a list of sub-criteria that will be utilized in evaluating each proposed application. It should be noted that each criterion is different for each area of interest. Please make sure you are referring to the FOA for full details around the technical review criteria for the area of interest you are applying for. This can be found in section 5A2 of the FOA.
Next, we will discuss the program policy factors. After the merit review process, the selection official may consider program policy factors to come to a final selection decision. The selection official may consider the following program policy factors in determining which full applications to select for award negotiations: the degree to which the proposed project exhibits technological diversity when compared to the existing DOE project portfolio and the other projects selected from the subject FOA. The degree to which the proposed project, including proposed cost share, optimizes the use of available DOE funding to achieve programmatic objectives, the level of industry involvement and demonstrated ability to accelerate demonstration and commercialization and overcome key market barriers, the degree to which the proposed project will accelerate transformational technological advances in that industry by itself is not likely to undertake because of technical and financial uncertainty. Continuing the program policy factors, the degree to which the proposed project or group of projects represent a desired geographic distribution, considering past awards and current applications, the degree to which the proposed project incorporates team members from minority serving institutes, for example, historically Black colleges and universities, HBCUs, and other minority institutions, OMIs, and partnerships with underrepresented businesses or Indian tribes. The degree to which the proposed project, when compared to the existing DOE project portfolio and other projects to be selected from the subject FOA, contributes to the total portfolio meeting the goals reflected in the Community Benefits Plan criteria, and the degree to which the proposed project will employ procurement of U.S. iron, steel, manufactured products, and construction materials.
Registration requirements. To apply to this FOA, applicants must submit application materials through the Infrastructure Exchange. Applicants must have a login.gov account to access the Clean Energy Infrastructure Exchange. Please ensure that the email address associated with login.gov matches the email address associated with your Exchange account. Obtain a control number at least 24 hours before the first submission deadline. Although not required to submit an application, the following registrations must be complete to receive an award under this FOA: SAM, which is the System for Award Management, FedConnect, and Grants.gov. Means of submission. All required submissions must come through the Infrastructure Exchange. MESC will not review or consider applications submitted through any other means. The Exchange User's Guide is available at the link provided and offers more information on the application process. These slides will be provided to you after the presentation. Using the Infrastructure Exchange. When you enter the Exchange at infrastructure-exchange.energy.gov, you will be able to look at multiple funding opportunity announcements. To find the Smart Manufacturing and Recycling Tactics for States FOA, you can type 3376 into the FOA number box at the top of the screen to filter. Once you click on the FOA link, you will be taken to the next page. As you can see, this page contains further information about FOA 3376. Some notable links on this page include the FOA document. Here you can download the document to read at your convenience. Additional documents for full application. This link will take you to a list of additional documents and templates that you can use to apply to this FOA. Webinar link. Currently, this link takes you to registration, but once the webinar recording is available, it will replace the registration link, so you can revisit this webinar at any time. Contact information. Email addresses are listed here to assist you should you have problems with Exchange or with applying to the FOA. Please contact us anytime with questions.
Key submission points. Please ensure the following: that you are checking entries in Infrastructure Exchange. Submissions could be deemed ineligible due to an incorrect entry. MESC strongly encourages applicants to submit 1 to 2 days prior to the deadline to allow for full upload of application documents and to avoid any potential technical glitches with the Infrastructure Exchange. Make sure you hit the submit button. Any changes after you have hit submit will unsubmit your application and you will need to hit the submit button again. For your records, print out the Infrastructure Exchange page at each step, which will contain the application's control number. Applicant points of contact. Applicants must designate primary and backup points of contact in the Infrastructure Exchange with whom MESC will communicate to conduct award negotiations. It is imperative that the applicant/selectee be responsive during award negotiations and meet the negotiation deadlines. Failure to do so may result in cancellation of further award negotiations and rescission of the selection.
Questions. For questions about this FOA, please email DE-FOA-0003376 at netl.doe.gov. All Q&As related to this FOA will be posted on Infrastructure Exchange. You must select this specific FOA number in order to view these Q&As. MESC will attempt to respond to a question within 3 business days, unless a similar Q&A has already been posted on the website. For problems logging into the Infrastructure Exchange or uploading and submitting application documents with the Infrastructure Exchange, you'll need to email Infrastructure Exchange Support at hq.doe.gov. Please include the FOA name and number in the subject line. Connect with us using the QR code available on the screen at energy.gov/MESC or by sending an email to mesc@hq.doe.gov. Thank you again for your participation in this webinar for the Office of Manufacturing and Energy Supply Chains Funding Opportunity Announcement for the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, Smart Manufacturing and Recycling Tactics for States. Thank you.